If you exercise daily and eat clean, this video might scare you. Because the truth is that your heart can look strong, feel powerful, and perform perfectly, while something dangerous is quietly growing inside it, completely hidden, completely silent, and completely unaware of how healthy you believe you are. You can run every morning, finish long workouts without getting tired, feel proud of your discipline, and still be carrying a problem that does not slow you down, does not hurt, and does not warn you until the exact moment it decides to stop everything. This is not about unhealthy people, and this is not about people who ignore their bodies. This is about people who feel fine. Your heart is a muscle that works non-stop, day and night, without rest, beating more than 100,000 times every single day, pushing blood through your body to keep every organ alive. To do this job, your heart needs oxygen, and it gets that oxygen through small blood vessels wrapped around it, called the coronary arteries. Think of these arteries like roots feeding a giant tree, because when one of them fails, the part of the heart it feeds begins to die very quickly. One artery in particular is extremely important, because it supplies blood to the main pumping chamber of the heart, the part that pushes blood to your entire body. When this artery suddenly closes, the heart can no longer do its job, and survival becomes a race against time. Doctors often call this artery the widowmaker, not to be dramatic, but because when it fails without warning, families lose loved ones who seemed perfectly healthy just hours before. Here is the part that surprises most people. Heart disease does not always block blood flow slowly in a way that causes pain early. Your body is very good at adapting, and sometimes it adapts so well that it hides danger from you. Inside a healthy artery, the inner wall is smooth and flexible, allowing blood to flow easily, like water through a new garden hose. Over many years, things like high blood pressure, high blood sugar, smoking, stress, poor sleep, and even repeated physical strain can cause tiny injuries to that inner lining. These injuries are microscopic, and you cannot feel them happening. Your body tries to fix these tiny injuries by sending cholesterol and immune cells to the area, almost like patching a crack in a wall. Over time, this repair process creates a buildup called plaque. This condition is known as atherosclerosis. Most people imagine plaque as something that slowly fills the inside of the artery, making the openings smaller and smaller until blood cannot pass. That idea makes sense, but that is often not how the body behaves. Instead of growing inward, plaque often grows outward, pushing the artery wall outward like a balloon, so the space inside stays open and blood continues to flow normally. This is why you can have serious disease and still feel strong. Blood flow looks normal. Oxygen still reaches the heart. Exercise still feels good. You do not feel short of breath. You do not feel chest pain. You feel healthy. This is one of the reasons why, for many people, the first sign of heart disease is not pain, but a sudden, life-threatening event. The real danger is not just how much plaque you have, but what kind of plaque it is. Some plaque becomes hard and stable over time, like scar tissue, and while it may narrow the artery slowly, it is less likely to cause sudden problems. Other plaque stays soft, inflamed, and fragile, like a blister filled with unhealthy material, covered by a thin surface. This soft plaque is the most dangerous. All it takes is one bad moment. A sudden increase in blood pressure, extreme physical effort, emotional stress, dehydration, a fast heart rate. That thin surface can tear. When it tears, the contents of the plaque spill into the bloodstream, and your body reacts instantly. It thinks there is a serious injury and sends clotting cells to stop the bleeding. This reaction is helpful if you cut your skin. Inside a heart artery, it can be deadly. Within minutes, a blood clot can grow large enough to completely block the artery, stopping blood flow to part of the heart. The heart muscle begins to suffocate. Cells begin to die. This is a heart attack. Doctors often say time is muscle, because the longer blood flow is blocked, the more heart muscle is lost forever. After about 20 minutes, damage can become permanent. After about 90 minutes, living muscle can turn into scar tissue that will never beat again. This type of heart attack happens suddenly and without warning. even in people who felt completely fine the day before. But not all heart attacks happen this way. There is another type that often affects people who exercise regularly and believe their heart is strong. Imagine someone who trains consistently, eats well, and has normal cholesterol on blood tests. During a workout or a race, they do not feel crushing chest pain. Instead, they feel weak, lightheaded, nauseous. Strange. They think they are dehydrated or overworked. At the hospital, blood tests show that heart muscle cells have been injured. Doctors measure a substance called troponin, which leaks into the blood when heart cells are damaged. This person is having a heart attack, but when doctors look at the arteries, they do not find a complete blockage. They find a partial narrowing. So how can a heart attack happen if blood is still flowing? The answer is balance. When you are resting, a partially narrowed artery can deliver enough blood to meet the heart's needs. But when your heart rate rises and your body demands more oxygen, that same artery may not be able to keep up. The demand becomes greater than the supply. The heart muscle does not get enough oxygen, and injury begins. This is called ischemia. If this happens long enough, heart cells begin to die. This type of heart attack is not caused by a sudden clot, but by the heart being pushed beyond what its blood supply can support. Heart rhythm problems, like irregular fast beating, can make this even worse by reducing the heart's ability to fill properly between beats. Here is another important truth. Most people do not feel warning symptoms until an artery is narrowed by about 70%. Below that level, the heart often compensates very well. Above that level, you may feel chest tightness or pressure when walking uphill or climbing stairs, which goes away with rest. This is a warning sign. But many dangerous heart attacks happen in people with less than 50% blockage, because soft plaque is more likely to tear than stable plaque. So if symptoms are unreliable, what protects you? Your heart has a backup system. When blood flow is reduced slowly over time, the body can grow small new blood vessels that help deliver oxygen around blockages. These are like side roads that form when a main road is busy. This process is called collateral circulation. It is one reason why some older people survive heart attacks that younger people do not. Their hearts had time to adapt. Exercise helps encourage this backup system. Regular movement, especially steady, moderate exercise, combined with occasional higher intensity effort, can help these protective vessels develop. Exercise does not make you immune, but it can buy you time. And time saves heart muscle. Recognizing a heart attack early is critical. Men often feel pressure or pain in the chest, sometimes spreading to the arm, neck, or jaw. Women may feel extreme fatigue, shortness of breath, nausea, dizziness, or a burning sensation that feels like acid reflux. If something feels wrong, if you feel a sudden sense of danger or weakness that you cannot explain, do not ignore it. Do not wait. Minutes matter. Modern medicine can reopen blocked arteries using procedures that restore blood flow and save lives, but the best outcome is always prevention. Standard blood tests tell you what is floating in your blood, but they do not tell you what is stuck to your artery walls. To see that, imaging is needed. A calcium scan can detect hardened plaque and give an idea of long-term risk. More detailed scans can show soft plaque before it causes symptoms. These tools allow doctors to find danger early, when there is still time to act. The most tragic heart attacks are not caused by bad luck. They are caused by disease that went unseen. Controlling blood pressure reduces stress on arteries. Managing blood sugar reduces inflammation. Avoiding smoking protects the delicate inner lining of blood vessels. Staying active strengthens the heart and its backup systems. And using modern testing removes guesswork. Feeling healthy is not the same as being safe. Do not assume. Measure. Because the strongest hearts are not the ones that never face danger. They are the ones given enough time to survive it. If this helped you understand your heart more clearly, share it with someone you care about, because this knowledge can save a life, and sometimes that life is closer to you than you think.